Hello everybody and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Super Mario Brothers. That's right folks, can you believe it? This is just 4 episodes in and it's already the finale of this game. So yeah, it's a pretty short game, as a matter of fact. Because, like, you know, going through these 8 worlds and then we just reach about to the end. Well, right now this is World 7. World 7 is where things start to get gradually harder here because you can see the amounts of the bullet bill cannons that's literally all over the place. And I lost my mushroom power up after taking a hit. And goddamn fucking hammer brothers! Ugh, get the fuck away from me, guys. So yeah. So this is just about it here. We just got 2 more worlds to go, and then after that, then we should be done with this game. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty short. Actually, you can make this game even shorter because I never got to mention this at all throughout the playthrough. I'm already at the finale here, but I might as well just go and talk about it now. This game actually does have these warp zones here, where basically if you go to these certain levels, and like say for instance in World 1-2, which is the underground level, you can actually just bypass that one the exit warp pipe just by going to the very top, and once you can just take advantage of those elevator platforms. And then if you go and bypass that, and then you'll see these 3 warp pipes to that one room, and then that's actually a warp zone. And then what it is that it lets you to skip ahead to whichever world there is. So you can actually skip ahead from that world in World 1 all the way over to World 4. And then there's another one later where you can actually just skip all the way over to World 8. So if you actually utilize these warp zones, you'll get the game done in 5 minutes. Or 5 minutes or more or less or something like that. And this should be our very last underwater stage. I don't have any power-ups here and I can't kill these Chief Chiefs and bloopers, and so I have to be absolutely careful. But yeah, that's what you can do, just, oh yeah, that was a close one. That's what you can do, just take advantage of those warp zones if you ever want to. And, you know, and especially since, you know, like I said, this game, you know, if you actually get it, this is actually one of those games, like, very early where, you know, if you get a game over, this game will heavily penalize you for that, to where you'll have to start all the way back to the title screen, and all the way back to World 1 with no continues, because this game does not have a continue system. I know later games, I think by Super Mario Bros. 3 would have a, or actually no, Super Mario 2 USA actually has a continuous system, but not this game though. Yeah, you're punished heavily. If you get a game over, then you're gonna be sent all the way back to the beginning. So yeah, I hate it when games do that. Actually, like, you know, going back to playing this game, and you know, I haven't been so used to these save files, and yeah. Although if you're playing the Virtual Console release, like be it either in an emulator or either on the Wii U Virtual Console or the or Nintendo Switch Online, which is what I'm playing right now. Thankfully, though, you can actually just take advantage of those save features it has. You know, thank God that that Nintendo decided to give us these save features for shit like this, and especially for the NSO versions where it has the rewind feature that you can always use, you know, in case you fuck up and you want to try to redo to where you fucked up before. But if you were playing on the original NES hardware, or on the Wii Shop channel, or the Wii's Virtual Console, because that didn't really have a save feature, if you actually do get a game over your set all the way back, then the only kind of saving grace is just by going to those warp zones and then just go back to the world that you died in and just continue where you left off from there. So that's kind of like the only thing you have to do. You just have to make sure you remember those warp zones there. Alright, so World 7 forecast, I want to talk about this for a bit. This level here is actually a maze, and so you're going to want to memorize the pattern of the pathways you're going to take. If you take the wrong path, you're going to have to start the maze from the beginning. So this is actually the correct path I'm taking right now. I have to look up a guide for this, because I always forget what the path is. So yeah, just make sure you take the correct path, and then it'll lead you all the way over to the Bowser wannabe. And this should actually be the last Bowser wannabe, because once we get to the final level of the game in World 8-4, then this is where we'll be encountering the real Bowser. So, yeah, just gotta be careful, and yeah, I fucked up right there because I tried to jump over him, then he jumped, and so I lost my power because of it. And one more for this, yeah, another one of Toad pointing his middle fingers like, ha, you so good for the princess, bitch! But anyway, I got already 6 lives, but again, I didn't do the Wonder Tray because, well, I forgot to. Alright, so, World 8. Fuck this world. Let me just go in and just, well, I think I already got to finish the whole warp zone idea. Actually, I do want to say though that, like, you know, even though this game cruelly penalizes you, of all games, Lost Levels, like, for how much of a, you know, difficult as shit kind of game as it is, for how much of a ROM hack it is, Lost Levels, for one thing, actually saves us just by having us restore the world that we died in, just the world itself that we died in, not having to go all the way back to the beginning of the game. So at least last level actually just treat us like that. I don't know. I guess developers gonna realize how hard it was being. So anyway, back to what I was talking about, World 8. So yeah, fuck this world. Ugh. Like, let me just tell you, like, the amount of times I've had to do so much rewinding and so much editing, because, you know, and yeah, I know, I'm basically cheating at this point, but, again, this is post-commentary, and, you know, if I was doing live, then you'd probably see a lot more, fuck-ups on my part, but, you know, this is post-commentary, and, of course, you know, might set to just make sure to do it the perfect way, but, yeah. But with World 8, though, World 8 was without doubt the hardest world in the entire game. I mean, it has to be, because it is the final level. So, I mean, I did tell you guys that, that later on in Super Mario Brothers that was going to get more challenging, but World 8 takes the cake for being the most difficult and the hardest world of all time. Especially World 8 2. Holy fucking shit, World 8 2, my god! Look at all this. If you want to see, like, enemy placements all over the place, like, you know, some of the worst enemies and their placements all over. We have Lakidus during the Spinies enemy, and then we have Jumping Paracoopas, which, of course, I cannot stand, though, because Jumping Paracoopas, like, they're always annoying to deal with. We also have Bullet Bills, and I think there's also going to be Hammer Brothers later on. Well, I think there's Hammer Brothers, if I'm not mistaken. But, holy shit, World 8 2 is actually the one where it gave me the most shit, because, you know, I died so many times for this one, and, well, I mean, each time I die, of course, I use the rewind feature to go back, but my god, there was, like, so many amount of times I had to do so, with having to rewind constantly just to make sure that I just get through this level. And you want to know how long this video was originally? You see that this video is 10 minutes long, or at least over 10 minutes, because I'll probably just talk about it a lot when we get to the end of the game, or the end of the Let's Play, but the video feed itself is now 10 minutes long. The original video, the unedited one, is, I kid you not, 50 minutes long. That's how long it took me to just get through World 8 2, because it was that fucking brutal. Like, Jesus Christ. And then wait till we get to World 8 3. Oh yeah, if you guys never really liked Hammer Brothers to begin with, they were giving you the shit as well. Well, you're gonna hate them even more here, as much as I do. Because World 8 3 is the haven for Hammer Brothers themselves. As you can see here, they actually added the battlements of the castle as a backdrop, because it actually goes to show that we're getting close to Bowser's real castle, or the ultimate Bowser castle, actually. But yeah, World 8 3 is actually where you'll be encountering so many Hammer Brothers, so many of those, and you know, World 8 3 actually goes to show how much I absolutely fucking hate Hammer Brothers. Hate them so much. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. And so, you know, if you ever want to kill them, well, I mean, well, you know, you should have the Fire Flower. I still don't have the Fire Flower with me because I just wasn't able to find it. But I had to rush my way through at this point, though, because I have the Fire Flower. Sometimes you just gotta say, fuck it, and just head on through. Alright, so, set to the flagpole, and here we have it, folks. This will be the final level of the game. But yeah, fuck World 8 2. That level gave them even most shit. There was so much editing I had to do, so much cutting and all that until I got to the point where I actually made it through. So, all right, folks, this is it. World 8 4, the last level of the game, just about done. And so, World 8 4, the final of the final of Bowser's castles. It's also a bit maze-like. Well, maybe not so much of a maze though, but you have to make sure you find the right warp pipe. So what you gotta do is that you have to go at least a little far enough, and then, or actually, I think a map guy will actually help even more. But you have to go as far enough as possible, and then you have to find the right warp pipes. That way, they'll take you to the next one. Because if you go to the other warp pipes, then you'll restart at the beginning of the stage. And then for this one, all you gotta do is just hit that block that's right there. This one, I took a few bits of editing because one thing I gotta say though, I would recommend having the Fire Flower power up for this one because there's gonna be a lot of enemies, especially that one Hammer Brothers, like the absolute worst placement for Hammer Brothers. Oh, there's an underwater section right here for this one. But since I don't have the Fire Flower, then it's going to be a bit more difficult for me because, you know, I had to make sure I am not Small Mario for this point because that's where I had to edit so much and because of all these enemy placements here. But if you have the Fire Flower with you, then, you know, you should have an easier time with this one. But once you get to the room, you'll see this Hammer Brother. The worst placement of a Hammer Brother I've ever seen in a video game of all time. Like, right before the lava pit. And, you know, because they're hard to dodge and hard to dodge your hammers, then, yeah, the worst one is here. Anyway, this is the real Bowser, and, you know, this, yeah, it's gonna be an anti-climax box here. Just, you know, just say, fuck it, run over, and then there we go. But, yeah, that was actually the real Bowser. This actually goes to use a Fire Flower, and so, this is it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are now done. We finally saved Princess Peach, and, yeah, she's asking us, that she has a new quest, so you're willing to let yourself get kidnapped once again just to do this harder quest here. Yeah, nice going there, princess. Just nice going there. So, anyway, I think I want to go ahead and show this off anyway. So yeah, this is actually a harder quest here. It's actually the exact same kind of a level layout structurally. Only difference being is that instead of Goombas, you'll get the faster moving Buzzy Beetles, and the Koopa Troopas will be faster moving as well. So I think I actually just show off at least one. So, oh, and you also get to have a level select here. So yeah, you can see here that the Buzzy Beetles are actually moving faster here, and same with the Koopa Troopas. So yeah, that's where it gets harder. But I figured I'd show it off anyway, just to see what that one's like. But yeah, you also do get to do a level select here if you ever wanted to. So yeah, it's actually where things get a little harder, but you know, that's all there is. But I'm not gonna show off even more of that, guys. You know, right at the end of the Let's Play. So anyway, folks, and I suppose that's it here. So yep. Finale's done, and so this is the end of the Let's Play. So yeah, that was actually pretty quick. You know, like I said, this game isn't very long at all, but yeah. So, Super Mario Brothers, well, I gotta say though, you know, going back to this game, you know, you know, even though later Mario games, they actually do a lot better for, you know, innovations and all that, and with some certain speaks, I will say though that the original Super Mario Brothers for the NES still holds up to this day. You know, it's very much known for, you know, making a huge impact across all video game history, and it's what saved the video game industry since it crashed back then. And so that's where Shigeru Miyamoto just went and developed this one. And so, you know, a legend was born for this. This game is legendary, I would say. And you know, and granted though, even to this day though, this game actually still does hold up. And so, you know, even though I would play the future Mario games, actually do a better job, I still go back to this one, you know, just to remember how much of an impact this game made, and you know, you know how much is basically like, you know, the foundation of all the great Mario games, and you know, and the rest is history there. So, you know, if I ever want to go back to this one, then you know, just for the sake of nostalgia and just to see how good it was, you know, I would just go back to it. This game actually came in different ports though. There's the All-Stars version, which is basically the more definitive version of Super Mario Brothers for the Super Nintendo. Basically it's the exact same game, only difference being, you know, obviously it's in 16-bit form. So, you know, with updated graphics and the soundtrack as well, and all the stuff there. So if you ever want a good definitive version of the Super Mario Brothers, then I would recommend the All-Stars version. But of course, if you want to play the original, then you know you can play the game as well. And it is available on the Nintendo Switch Online if you want to play the game in its original form, and, you know, if you have it on there and with a good connection. The other port that's been released on is it's one port for the Game Boy Color called Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Also the same game, also the same kind of a 8-bit form. One kind of a downside being the screen crunch. Probably you know, mainly because of the Game Boy Color screen. So they had to have done a screen crunch right there because of it. But other than that, though, it's pretty much the same. But you just have to be more careful with it as well. So it's kind of like the inferior one. Not terrible though, but it's just a little inferior. And so yeah, but you know, overall, you know, I still think this game has definitely aged well, and you know, and really does have such a great legacy going on for it, and still holds up to this day. So you know, if you ever want to see how well that the Super Mario Brothers games just started all, then you know, I could still recommend this game, because like I said, it's on the Nintendo Switch Online. Although the All-Stars version is also available on the NSO on the Super Nintendo. So you know, like I said, since I recommended the definitive one, then you know, go for that one as well. And so yeah, then I guess that's pretty much all there is to say about the game. So yeah, still a great game to this day, and I can still go back to it. But you know, like I said though, the later Mario games do a much better job with all the innovations and all that. And so that would be the first part of the Super Mario Brothers Super Marathon that's done. And so the next one we're going to be we are going to be tackling Super Mario Brothers 2. And by Super Mario Brothers 2, I mean Super Mario Brothers 2. Yeah, that one. Okay, for any context, no, I am not doing Lost Levels. Fuck that game. If you want to know what Lost Level is, so basically, you know, it's supposed to be the true sequel to Super Mario Brothers, and what it is, you know, it did get released in Japan for the Famicom Disk System. However, us Americans did not get our hands on on that game itself, and the reason is because the game is a fuck loads up hard. And it's nothing more than a ROM hack that can just be, that destroys many people's many people's spirits even to this day. And it was developed in hell. And so because of that, we haven't even gotten a release of that. Although the only way to have for us to ever access Lost Levels is the All-Stars version and and Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, which is called Super Mario Bros. Super Players. And it wasn't until about 2006 where the original NES version, or the Famicom Disk version, got released for us Americans on the Wii Shop channel. And so, you know, I was thankful for that one, though, but still, fuck that game. It's too difficult. Just avoid that game at all costs. Although, if you do want to play Lost Levels, and if you want to use your time, then I would recommend the All-Stars version. Because, you know, at least that one has a save feature for that as well. Although, I guess the NSO version also has a save feature, so I guess if you want to try that, you could. But, you know, if you want to avoid obnoxious difficulty spike games, then, you know, avoid that game at all costs. Don't play it. It's that much of a ROM hack. Like, you know, I don't mind a good challenge, but if it gets to the point where it gets so much more and more and more and more obnoxious, then it's just not worth it. So, yeah, I would just skip that one. So, yeah, so because of that, then, like, you know, it originally was called Super Mario Bros. 2, but because of how difficult it was, then we also got the other Super Mario Bros. 2, which I'll talk more about it once we get to that Let's Play. Then once we got the game itself, then it was actually later renamed the Lost Levels, so that's how we actually now know it as, because the Lost Levels, they're lost because they're very lost for how hard they are, so... Anyway, so that's all I'm going to say about Lost Levels. So, yeah, to answer your question, no, I'm not doing a Let's Play of the game. I was never listed on there because I don't want to. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so, yes, the next Let's Play, the next part of the Super Mario Bros. Super Marathon, we are going to be tackling Super Mario Bros. 2 USA, as what we call it. So, and I'll talk more about it for its history as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching this Let's Play, and I will see you guys in the next Let's Play.